Hello friends, welcome back to the shop. Today is Sunday, April 8th, and it's cold. Spring is coming, I know it is. Last Sunday, Easter Sunday, we woke up to about 2 inches of snow in what looked like a blizzard. By 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it had melted. It was on the grass and cars and things, but there was nothing on the sidewalks. Very bizarre weather for this time of year in this part of the world. I know a lot of you guys have it much worse. You probably would have been grateful for 2 inches of snow on Sunday versus what you got. It was supposed to snow again this weekend. It didn't. There were a few flurries yesterday, but nothing worth even talking about. Although I obviously just did. Yeah, it's been strange, but spring is coming. I promise it's around the corner. We'll get there soon. So today I'm smoking this 7LE, I believe this is a 315 KS, and this is the pipe with the double bore stem that you may remember I restored a couple of years ago. Very nice pipe. I love the shape. You may have noticed recently that I've been sort of favoring this kind of shape. You know, it's basically a Prince. But it's very reminiscent of some of those Danish style pipes that I've been smoking lately, and I just like them. What I don't like about this pipe is this double bore stem. It's a real pain to clean, and I've tried everything. What works are Falcon pipe cleaners, but they're pricey, and I'm always running out of them. The Artful Codger suggested I try dill, and dill does fit a bit better, but it's still a challenge to get it through there. It's just not as easy as I'd like it to be to clean it. So I will eventually make a new stem for this, but when will I have time to do that? I don't know. I'm having far too much fun making stems for other folks right now. And speaking of that, this is what's on the bench right now. This is a Cumberland stem, it's a brown Cumberland, and you can see it's pretty much finished in terms of the rough shaping. Still need to do the fine detail shaping and sanding and polishing and all that, and it is going to go on this beautiful custom built that I'm working on for my friend Dave. So, some idea. Of course, it's going to be bent. Yeah, this has been a fun project. Got to use some new files on it, which I was very excited about. I'm turning into a bit of a file geek, so I got these new. They're very cheap, but they really cut quickly. For rough shaping, they're fantastic. And these are actually more or less the subject of my blog post on Monday. So if you'd like to learn, not really learn anything about files, but learn about my thoughts on the cost of files versus how quickly they work and the quality of the, if you're into that sort of thing, I'll leave a link down below. You know I can ramble when I'm just talking to you. You can imagine what happens when I sit down and actually write. I'm quite amazed that anyone reads through these things, because I do tend to go on, but it's fun. I enjoy it. And if nothing else, I'm thinking of it as a way that I can sort of catalog methods and you know, why I do a certain thing a certain way, and why if I do it that way it doesn't work. Because you know guys, as we get older, it's not always easy to remember what we did last week, let alone last year. And sometimes when you're dealing with these sort of random pipe problems that come along, like I do, you know, I don't know what I'm going to be working on next week. It might be a broken tenon, it might be a burnout, you know, who knows. It's just harder to keep all those things in mind. You know, if the last time you fixed a burnout in a pipe was 2 years ago, remembering exactly how you did it is difficult. Now, I actually, you know, I'm trained as a scientist, and I actually keep a notebook for a lot of things. As crazy as that sounds, you know, if there's something that I think is really critical in terms of how I do something, I will put a page in a notebook about that. But to sort of detail the more mundane aspects, although they're mundane to me, but I think they'd be of interest to folks that aren't doing this kind of work. That's one of the reasons why I put the blog together, and it does at least catalog those things for me. So anyway, I'll put a link below. Maybe you'll enjoy that. Maybe you won't. That's okay too. So I've got plenty of work ahead of me. I've got, I think, 7 more pipes that I'm going to start on as soon as I'm done with Dave's Cumberland stem here, and that's gonna keep me busy for a while. I am actually doing a bit of traveling this week. My wife and I are heading out to Pittsburgh for a few days, and because of that, I will probably, almost certainly, not be putting up a video next week, so sorry about that, but if I don't have the time, I don't have the time. I also, if you're the owner of one of those 7 pipes I just mentioned, it's probably going to be another week before I can really get started on them. I'm hoping to finish up this guy today, and you can, if you're on Instagram, you'll see whether or not I finish it today, because I usually put a picture up when I'm done. And I'm not going to start anything until I get back from this trip. So, you know, that's the unfortunate aspect of what I do. I only work in the evenings and weekends, and sometimes my day job just takes over during the week, so I don't get that evening time. But the weekends are when I get most of my work done, and if I'm not here for a weekend, I can't work that week. This is my favorite time of year to work during the week, though, in the evenings, because the baseball's back on, and I've always, I don't know why, but I've always enjoyed baseball on the radio more than watching it on TV. I do watch it on TV, but there's something about listening to the radio. If you've got good casters that I just really love, and there's nothing better than sitting down here filing and sanding and listening to a baseball game. Just makes me happy. So hopefully my day job will be a bit kinder to me, and I'll be able to do some more of that soon. And speaking of Pittsburgh, I'm drinking some sort of Pittsburgh coffee. It's called, I think it was called Pittsburgh Union Blend. My wife picked it up for me the last time she was there. It's okay. I'm not a coffee snob. I really like 8 o'clock coffee. That's just what I'm used to. So anytime I have something different, it's But this is good. It's relatively mild, easy, good breakfast time blend. I'm always torn when my wife does something like that, because, you know, my first reaction, not that I say it out loud, my first reaction is, why would you do that? You know I don't like anything but this thing. And she'll do it with all sorts of stuff, and it's not just coffee. And then I have to remember that she's just being kind and caring and looking out for me. Because she doesn't drink coffee, by the way, so the fact that she buys it for me is the same thing as her buying cigars for me, which she does quite frequently. So I'm a lucky guy. Anyway, folks, I think I've rambled on for quite enough time. Oh, I'm not going to forget it this week. I've been wanting to do a shout out for a couple of weeks now, and hopefully you folks have continued to this point, so you hear this shout out. And I will put the link down below. There's a guy named, or who goes by the name of Bear Pipe, who's doing restoration videos. He's got some fantastic videos up, and if you like my videos, you're going to love his. Really good videography, good explanation. I just enjoy his videos. And he's doing, you know, similar things to what I've done, but very unique in the sense that he's experimenting with the methods. He's bringing in some new methods that I never would have thought of. I've learned a lot from him, and I really recommend you go and check him out if you're at all interested in pipe repair and restoration. His channel's a must subscribe. So I will put the link down below. and I will make sure that I say something in the bumper for this and at the in the description and all that, because I shouldn't have left that till the end. But this is like the third week I wanted to do this, and I keep forgetting. So go see Bear Pipe. And beyond that, guys, I think I'm going to draw this to a close so that I can get back to doing some more sanding. Again, I'll put up a picture on Instagram if you're interested in seeing how that goes. The blog on Mondays about the cost of files. And beyond that, I will see you in a couple of weeks' time. So y'all take care, and I will look forward to talking to you all again very soon. Goodbye now.